I've been on this cloud for so long. My throne, angel in disguise might be wrong, but I'm feeling ethereal, believe in miracles. My intuition never did me wrong. It's something spiritual about the woman who know how to hold her own. But let the man come build with her and guide her to her love. Leave don't gotta fight for his love and be strong. She lays in her divine feminine energy, feeling ethereal. She lies in her divine feminine energy, feeling ethereal. Hey, what's up, y'all? This your girl, Lady V, in a place to be in Long Park, California, on this beautiful day, Sunday, November 17th, 2024. And that song is Divine Feminine by Emiza. As always, I want to promote artists that may not be in mainstream, but they are songs that I listened to along my spiritual journey, and they have touched me and affected me in certain kind of ways. And that song today is going to start off today's topic of Truth Be Told from LadyVee's perspective. I am Lady V. I am also a divine feminine. I am a mother, a daughter, a nurse, a hermit at this moment in time, because I can't say I have any friends. I'm pretty much staying to myself because I am cleansing the energies from the past, whether that's past life in this lifetime or previous lifetimes. I'm letting go and letting God. And what great time to do this is now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the veil has been lifted off the spiritual realm. Everything is now revealing itself. We are in the last few pages of the book of Revelation in the basic instruction before leaving Earth book. And right now, it's time for that. And what is needed and what is called upon at this moment in time is divine feminine energy. We have been in masculine energy via the patriarch system for way too long. And as you can see, they've been fucking shut up. They've been messing up things in the world, causing chaos, destruction, wars, hate, jealousy, envy, incubus, succubus, demons. Now they sitting up here, trafficking us, raping us, doing all kind of weirdo ass shit to our bodies, and pretty much trying to devalue what the strength of a woman's essence by damaging it, not letting the feminine energy come in and be at its highest peak. And which is so strange, because these men are begging for the feminine energy, but when they get it, it's too much for them. They don't know how to appreciate it. And I know a lot of the Gen X, Ys, and Zs, mainly the Y's and Z's. Y'all kind of are derivative of the X's, and we stepped into a lot of freaky deaky shit back in the 90s, in the late 80s, in the 90s. Well, hell, you might as well say since I was born in the 70s. Okay. At that time in the 60s, in my mom's generation, what was that? If we're X, it was W, I guess. They were, about love and peace and harmony. That's why they smoked weed and did mushrooms and went to, all these psychedelic things that they were doing. And it was enlightening them and bringing them into spiritual alignment to where it was like, love is so great and love is so grand. And, so they call them hippies, those who were of the earthy essence of time, when they were about, because there was so much hate in the beginning of that, so everybody was now pushing towards the love, but the love became irresponsible and everybody was now loving on everybody, and then everything started to switch, and then we got into the 80s, and now people are talking about the struggles of their pain and what they went through, and how the crack epidemic came in and swooped in and further broke down the family unit, and put all that chaos out there. And now that's when the energy has shifted into a loveless society. Okay. So now we are at an age and stage where there's not going to be any love shown because people don't love themselves. And so, therefore, if love's not in them, they can't give it. And they definitely don't know how to receive it. So now everybody is going around just spewing all this low vibrational hate and shit all over everybody. And I do want to talk about how we are now shifting into the age of Aquarius, which age of Aquarius has a lot to do with healing energies. And we are healing now. There's too many wounded people. I just heard a story about a young lady that I was listening to on YouTube, and I'm gonna give her, a shout out to her, Isis. I think she was called the Trophy Wife or something like that. Um, Her video crossed my news feed. I mean, my timeline, and it was talking about how her husband was a monster. Okay, but before I get into that story, I do want to do the affirmations. First of all, I like to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my podcast. I hope that um, you hear things that you enjoy listening to, might want to elaborate on, maybe something that you've experienced before, or you want to know more knowledge. I mean, this is what this channel is for. This channel is a spiritual everything channel. Okay. um Not so much paranormal spiritual, but that does exist in the spiritual realm. And now that we know that CERN has been opened up and let open all these different entities from different places or whatever, and all this stuff that's going on, we need to learn about how we're in spiritual warfare and how we need to, be aware of it, protect ourselves as possible. And the only way to really protect yourself is to go into spirit, because if it's a spiritual warfare, I mean, spirit has to fight with spirit. And you already know that there is a fight against the Leviathan spirit, which is the spirit of principalities that, are adversary to the divine. And right now, it seems to be taking over the male species, to the point where these males are just attacking female species, because really the feminine energy is coming into fruition. And the men are going to be losing their power. They're going to be losing their power of being able to lead and control, because as you can see, they've been bringing us to our demise and trying to tell us what to do with our bodies. And we as women who bring life upon the planet, how dare we allow men to make decisions for our bodies when we made their motherfucking bodies? Okay. And their bodies are a derivative of our motherfucking bodies. They, their nipples, they don't need nipples, but because they were X, big ass X, and a small Y chromosome, that meant you are a derivative of a woman. But that does not give you leadership and head and control over a feminine. You know what I'm saying? And so right now the feminine energy is shifting, and a lot of female gendered women have been in their masculine energy, trying to be in fight or flight mode with these crazy ass toxic masculine energies. The ones who didn't have the fathers in their lives to show them what being a man was all about. And if they did have a male role model, he was toxic as fuck, passing on generational curses of all the bullshit that he was born into and decided to be a part of, and this, that, and the third. And so none of these men had good role models in their lives. Once that gangster era came in and the men, rappers started to come out telling their struggles of what it's like being a black person, first of all, and being a person who had been through all the struggles that was set up to demise black people, and that black people allowed themselves to also partake in the demisement of each other. You know what I'm saying? The crack epidemic came and all this other stuff, and now all the corruption and all this stuff has been built off the backs of wounded, hurt black folks. You know what I'm saying? And that shit needs to change. You know what I'm saying? We going into healing. And so those who decide that they don't want to heal, you got to go. Either you got to heal or you got to be eradicated. And that's what the decision now of judgment on America's soil is going to be doing. So there's so much I want to discuss about this, but if you're here now and you are liking what you're listening to, please like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rookie at this thing. So anybody who is, paying attention, listening, interested in what I'm talking about, I appreciate you as always, because I'm doing this for not just me, but for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? All of this is therapeutic. It should be for everybody who's involved. And I'm doing it audio because I just don't want to show my face right now. I deleted all my social medias, the ones that I was very prominent on: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And first of all, it's just too much distraction with that shit. And so I'm like, it keep you on there for hours, and they calculate how long you been on the motherfucker. No, that's taking up too much of my time. I'm being distracted. So I had to release all that shit, let it go. Plus, I feel like my fanators out there, my fans that are haters, the ones who will watch you and don't comment, or they evil eyeing you or mugging whatever it is you talking about, or doing whatever hoodoo, juju type shit to make you not have the views that you're wanting or have the message received like it's supposed to be. I, decided to go ahead and take myself off of social media. So, because I really felt like, there were people out there doing stuff with my pictures, screenshotting my shit and all this stuff. As you can know, that I have been in a spiritual warfare situation for a while now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all have, okay? But now it's time to put an end to the shit. First of all, by giving yourself over to God. And even though I'm not a Christian, I do believe in God. I don't know where people get this, oh, if you're not a Christian, then you don't believe in God. Like, where do you get that from? Like, y'all don't even damn near believe in God, because y'all give all the praise over to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? If there's something I'm not going to believe in, is the whole Jesus character. Now, maybe the being that is now called Jesus was a actual being, but I don't believe that being name was Jesus. So no, in that case, I don't subscribe to that. And that was one of the things that I did have to get out of Christianity for, because people are claiming this whole Jesus thing, and all it is the story of how you can have the possession of being a good person or an evil person. You know when to do it, you know what energies to possess at what time. But at the end of the day, your heart is for God, the divine, the one that made and created everything and everybody and every situation and every place, person, and everything. You know what I'm saying? And if you believe in that, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't control ourselves. We didn't make our damn selves, no matter how much a motherfucker want to think they're powerful in that aspect. You didn't make yourself. Something made you. And something made it that made us. And so that's just what that is. And so that's what I believe in. I want to get that clear, because a lot of people feel like if you're not Christian and you believe in the devil. No, I don't believe it. I mean, I know that evil exists. I'm not going to say it's a devil. We all have the ability to be Jesus or the devil, or Judas. You see what I'm saying? We all have that ability. That story is just depicting how each individual on this planet is responsible for their being. So you could either do right or you could do wrong. You could either be in your higher self or you could be in your lower self. Jesus chose to be in his higher self. He wanted to please God. He wanted to be on, have that connection with God, because he knew that a lot of things were in spiritual nature, that his physical 3D body was not going to be understanding, and overstanding of. So he depended on something that people can't see with their tangible eyes, but know that there is something that is there through the third eye, which is the one eye in the middle of your head, the sixth sense, whatever the case may be. And that's where you get your energy from. That's where you get your knowledge and your guidance and your wisdom from. And then there's the double energy. That same individual as Jesus could be a demon too. He could allow the demonic energies, the shadow self, to come in and infiltrate infiltrate his thought process and have him, be an NPC body where there's no soul inside and it's controlled whenever it wants to be controlled. And if it wants to do a heinous crime, it can just deplete your whole existence from the inside, like, a short circuit type thing, and jump in your motherfucking body and snatch your body up and have it do what it wants you to do, and then jump out the body whenever the hell it wants to leave your physical conscious body there to deal with the consequences of what you allowed it to possess it to be done to. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what the whole story of the Jesus is about. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a Christian to know that there is a God. You don't have to be a Christian and accept Jesus Christ as your savior to know that, things just is, because spirit is, and there's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up here and find no scientifical fact that spirit just is. It's just is, just like science is. You can sit up here and try to wrap your physical mind around it all day long, but spirituality and science go hand in hand, and it just is. It exists. It's just what it is. And you are able to control and maneuver it to a certain extent. But your energy from the inside definitely has a lot to do with how you maneuver on this motherfucker. The ATP of the whole existence of your life. How we are in the matrix and we are the simulators, like Sims 4. We are the simulated version of ourselves being controlled by a higher source. And people who don't get it, they come back and repeat. Their physical 3D body dies. That's why the principalities of this world, they don't care about human life, because they know that soul is what's the main important factor. The body is going to always die no matter what. So if they take the body, the soul is going to keep coming back. This is one of the reasons why they don't want you to have abortions. You know what I'm saying? They want that soul to come, corrupt it, dog it the fuck out. It's probably a familiar fucking soul from a previous life. And then they can kill it over and over and over again and send it back to hell to keep repeating this motherfucker self. Because yes, Earth is hell. It's a lesson planet. We're all here to learn lessons. We're all here to either stay descended in hell-like behavior with demonic entities and archon entities, or we're going to, ascend to the spiritual heightness of the consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those ones who are ascending. That's why I elevate. That's why my vibration is so high. Being on this journey, having the things been shown to me that God showed me. You know what I'm saying? I have a connection with the divine, okay? And I don't label the divine a he or a she. I divine, because we all have masculine and feminine energy. So the divine is masculine and or feminine. Either way, it's either high or it's low. It's love or it's hate. It's discipline or it's justice. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what it is. Like the Beatles sang back in the 1960s when they would say a time to kill, time to heal, a time to love, a time to hate, that shit. We are now in the time to heal and love phase. We ain't doing no more time to kill and time to hate shit. So people who are on that frequency and vibration, they got to get the fuck out of here, because the earth is purging as we step into this age of Aquarius. And that is calling upon the divine feminine energy to rise, because the feminine always is responsible for nurturing and healing and doing all these grandiose things that men want to have, but they don't have the capability of having, because they're so stuck in toxic masculinity that they feel like being a man is the overall and be all of having human existence. And no, motherfucker, it is not. Everyone comes through a portal, baby. It don't matter if you put a seed in something or not. That fertileness of that soil that's in that woman's womb is going to depict what kind of motherfucking human is going to come on this earth next. And that's just what that is. Yeah, the soul itself comes from the divine. So the divine makes the soul go down, and the only way to come through the existence of this plane is that you go through a portal. And it don't matter how you're, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how you get here, as long as you get here, because your soul is urging to come learn the life lessons that it's supposed to come and learn. And it's going to continue to learn until you fucking get it. And love is the highest vibration. So that's the whole fucking lesson to learn. And I don't know, it is difficult for people to learn about love because they're taught not to love what they, and it's just that set you up to fail type of life. You know what I'm saying? Because we all supposed to have 7 aspects of fulfillment while being on this planet. And that is spiritually as the hierarchy of everything: mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, romantically, and sexually. Sexually is the lower vibration of things because that's, in essence, a pleasure point of how we want to bring ourselves onto the planet, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so not everything is pleasurable, as you can hear and see what's going on in the world today. We got these crazy demonic possessed people sitting up here, taking advantage of the feminine energy because they know that feminine energy is about to take over and bring things back into balance. And that means that these men are going to have to heal. And a lot of them like the toxic, that's why they choose to be toxic. They like the low vibrational shit and they want to keep they want to keep female born women in their masculine energy. And as you can see, this masculine energy is chaotic. And then when our females that are born females become masculine, then it just adds to all the extra toxicity of what has been passed around. And you see what it does. You know what I'm saying? Now we have to turn back into the feminine energy. The feminine energy is about nurturing and loving and healing and growing and being prosperous and abundant and, bringing the high vibrational aspect of life. And unfortunately, a lot of these men, they either are fighting the resistance of it or they don't want it all together. And it's not just the men, it's the women too who are in masculine energy. They're either fighting against it or, and I was dealing with somebody who actually said he liked his dark side. He felt like it was a yin and yang effect with him and me because I'm of the light and he wanted to stay shadowy and shit. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that would have been all right if that's how I wanted to look at it. But I didn't want to look at it as no yin and yang. I wanted to look at it like I've done the opposite attract type shit. I'm ready to attract my own tribe. I'm ready to attract people who are like me, who are of the light, who are light workers, who are people who bring truth and love and prosperity and abundance, and they get reciprocated because they have it in them and they have unconditional love for all. And it doesn't make them weak. It doesn't make them be looked upon as prey. No, the people who look at people like that is the ones who are weak. Y'all got this whole opposite of track shit all misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? To be good is now to be evil. Or it's wrong to be good and it's good to be, that weirdo ass shit. No, weird. This is not the devil's world. Okay, because the devil, the demonic energies, they about to get fucking out of here. That's why it's called a new earth. The earth is about to be split. It's in a ascension mode, like it's dipping into another parallel universe type shit, and is splitting. That's why you're seeing Nibiru and all this. It's a lot going on that if you don't spiritually understand, and understand, your crown chakra is not open and receiving the downloads that's coming from your spirit team, then you're going to be the ones that's left and eradicated of. And motherfucking, there's a lot of innocent people that's going to have their lives lost. But best believe it's not going to be the ones who know the truth. It's best believe it's not going to be the ones who are on the 144,000 frequency. It doesn't mean 144,000 people. No, it means 104,000 frequencies type of people. Those are the beings. And unfortunately, that's not a lot of people who's going to be at 144,000 frequencies when that happens. So that's what divine feminine energy is about. Raising the divine. It's time to heal. Point blank, period. Once my friend that I used to deal with, that was from Cali, he was somebody that helped me get over my twin flame, nightmarish ass energy that I was in. I realized that I trauma bonded with these men and they held on to a part of me that I was trying to heal from, but they was also continuously wounding me with. And that was sexual energy. You know what I'm saying? When you are a feminine, your womb is so powerful. Your womb is powerful. It brings life onto the planet. And these men who are in this low vibrational energy of lust and incubus, succubus, Jezebel hold them. They sit up here and they know that. That's why they want innocent young girls that don't know no better, who can't defend themselves because they just now got into their new avatar body and they're learning how to maneuver it. And if they're the younger you are, the more that they can implant their traumatic experiences into your life to have to heal from later on as you grow up. And then those things are programming you. They're nasty spermatic cells are motherfucking implanted into your DNA in your womb, in the fertile of your fucking womb, and just multiplying it the fuck up. And now you sitting up here stuck with the essence of these demonic energies. And while they're sitting up there, these bodies with these spermatic, nasty, disgusting, uh, rotten fruit ass fucking sperm cells, they have hate in them, they have lack in it. Each one of those sperm cells, now remember, sperm cells, it could be a tip of a fucking pen, and that's a million of motherfucking sperm cells on the motherfucking tip of a pen. So you got millions of motherfucking sperm, little tadpole like energies in your motherfucking body, multiplying hate, jealousy, envy, lust, incubus, succubus, Jezebel, lackism, motherfucking, woe is me ism, all into your motherfucking body. And as receivers, we absorb that shit into our fertileness. And now we become what the fuck they are. That's how that shit goes. And that's why they want to implant your ass when you're young and little so that you have your whole lifetime to figure it out. And sometimes the demons that they pass on to you, it may be too much for your pure soul that you might feel like, oh, this life ain't worth living. And then you do all this self-destructive ass shit to be an NPC, be soulless and shit, doing all these drugs to numb yourself and not be a part of the reality of life, because what happened to you was so fucking traumatic that you don't know if you're coming or going. And the demons are now, and that's implanted into your DNA, they're now in your ear telling you you ain't shit, you ain't nobody, you should be a hoe, you should do this, you should kill your child, you should, all this weirdo ass shit. And because you are now unstable with these demonic sperm cells, you now have to figure the fuck out why the hell you going down a destructive ass path. And why you're doing this, and why you're now, once they track you, like how like GPS track you and shit with their sperm cells, once they do that to your body, then you become a flashing light to all the other demons that are just like them, who got the lack, who got the narcissism, who got the gaslighting and tendencies and all this other shit. And then y'all swapping all this unhealthy toxic fluid all over the motherfucking place. And then it now takes physical manifestation as motherfucking sex transmitted diseases. Now you got shit on your body. Now you got HIV. Now you got things growing on you. And then you're sitting up here mad and angry about letting your incubus, succubus, Jezebel, whole driven tendencies allow you to be a part of this bullshit that they implant you with. That's what we got to break out of. That's why the healing is very much and very much important, because even though these horrible things have happened and it's disgusting and it's wrong and it's all of that, believe me, justice is coming. Don't worry about the justice. That's coming. It may not happen as fast as you want it to, but best believe this ass whooping that's coming up down on people who have done that is going to be seen by everyone. Everyone's going to have a whole ass kicking fest when this shit goes down. So don't worry about the justice part. Okay? Just continue in your healing, because you are not your circumstance. It happened to you. It was horrible, but now you have a testimony to tell. You have the strength to let people know, yes, this did happen to me and I'm still here. What? That's my story. That is the driven reason why I came up with dynamic moms, mothers of manifesting success. That's me. I'm a dynamic mom. And so it's time. This is a perfect time to get dynamic moms going, because of all the shit that's going on, all the shit that I'm hearing in the media. And this is one way to help heal and cleanse the earth of all the shit that's going on. But first, before I do that, let me read my affirmation. You know what I'm saying? I wrote this like, part of your spiritual journey, you should have a journal. You should have things that you're writing your thoughts down and feelings and emotions. Because once you get past that point, first of all, you're releasing whatever it is that's pent up inside of you. And, whether that is an emotion, a thought, whatever it is, you're releasing it on paper. And then as time progresses, you might have forgot that you even wrote this shit. And then you look back on the day that you wrote it and you see the progress of where you were at that time, the thoughts, the things that was going on. Your mind starts going back like a movie, and you start playing that shit over from a projector screen in your brain. And then you realize at the present moment that, man, I went through a lot at that time, and look at me now. Things have definitely changed. I'm not that person, or those things are no longer here, or I'm glad that things have gotten better, or whatever it was. And it is a great tool to kind of incorporate into your life. Now, get granted, I don't write all the time because as you get older, you start getting arthritis in your fingers and shit. So I don't like to do a lot of writing if possible, which I need to get out of because I have so much to tell. I think doing it this way is probably better. But anyway, I ramble on, y'all. Please forgive me. If you like what you hear so far, please like, share, and subscribe, comment. This is for you guys, all the spiritual, ones out there who know who they are, who know what they possess in the inside, them being authentic and true. This is a safe spot for you on Truth Be Told. You know what I mean? I just want to engage and call in my soul family and connect with those who are on this ascension journey. So this was written on January 10th, 2023. It says, I am stepping into the highest version of myself. I am growing more powerful every day, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, romantically, and sexually. I love myself so much. I love my spirit team because without them, I wouldn't have gotten to this wonderful energy that I am in. I am forever prosperous and abundant. I am protected by etheric beings that are in love, light, and truth. I am grateful for my journey and will soon start reaping the rewards of my labor. I will be a homeowner. I am also receiving money from all aspects, north, east, south, and west. So I will buy a lottery ticket on 111 and I will win a large substantial amount of money. Dynamic moms will be in effect soon, and those that are on high vibrational status will come into my life and the ascension will proceed. I am of light always and forever. I only share my energy with high vibrational beings. I am loved and I exude love. My spiritual protections allow me to enjoy life with ease. I am a magnet for all great high vibrational people, places, things, and situations. I am living my best life surrounded in love. Thank you, the divine, the universe, my spirit team, the benevolent beings, the Lawas that I work with, the Orishas that I've worked with. You know, I'm telling you, when I started my spirit journey, first of all, once I planted my mustard seed, and people can't tell, no, I want to put this out there. People can't tell you what your spiritual journey should be in their eyes. Whatever it is for you, however it was presented to you, whatever path you chose to get there, as long as you are leading to truth, as long as it is causing no harm to none, as long as it is elevating the vibrations on this earth, to hell with what other people think about your spiritual life. It's none of their fucking business. I definitely have gained the utmost respect from my spirit team, the divine one, the holy of all holies. And along with my spirit team, there's archangels that have worked with me, that I've worked with, that manifested in many ways in my life. Okay? And when I asked for the truth, when I got to the point where I planted that mustard seed and I told God, I want the truth. And the way my path went was the way it was guided for me to learn. So I'm not here to debate my spiritual journey with no damn body. I don't give a damn if it didn't go the way it went with for you was different. It doesn't matter. Your journey is your journey. My journey is my journey. And my journey taught me a lot, opened my eyes, gave me downloads. I am happy. I'm in a happier space. I'm grateful. Something that I never was when I was in Christianity. I felt that something was missing. I felt that something was amiss. I felt like, something wasn't right. I just felt it in my soul. I didn't feel right saying Jesus. I didn't feel right doing any of those things. I loved the church music and the choir and singing and stuff like that. But, of course, I love the church goings and all that other stuff. That was probably the best part of fellowshipping that I did like. But the actual whole organization itself, I just wasn't with it. It wasn't fitting in my soul. And so I denounced Christianity in 2019, and I was put on a path that I am so grateful for. I am so thankful. So when people sit up here and they want to act like their spiritual journey because they have Christian values and Christian life and all this stuff makes them more important or more probable or whatever over someone who doesn't do those things, that's just further division for the principalities plan to divide and conquer by making people not believe that there is a higher existence and a higher vibration, which is called love. And the only love comes from the divine being that created of all things. That's what be really blowing me when I run into Christians and they want to say, oh, because you don't say Jesus 50 times a day and you don't say that you're Christ following and all this other bullshit, that you're a demon and you believe in devil worship. Get your motherfucking ass out of here. If you're thinking that way, this podcast is not for you, honey. Just go away and don't come back. I'm only wanting to reach out with people who knows the truth. Okay? And whatever your truth is for you is what it is. But as long as you are amongst the ones who are elevating and bringing the vibrations on this earth higher and you're a light worker, that's all I care about. We all have a horrible past. That's why we're in hell. And that's why we have the duty and the mission to elevate the humanity that wants to go out of hell. That's what we're here to do, like the X-Man type shit. Okay, us who have the Christ consciousness, and it doesn't mean from Jesus, the Christ consciousness is the 144,000 frequency. We are of love, light, and truth, period. And so, that's what's going on right now. Those are the type of people that I'm calling in my soul family. Low vibrational motherfuckers, I've dealt with y'all. I'm done with y'all. If y'all not willing to change, if y'all not willing to, what I'm saying, do what you got to do to put the work in to get your lives together, then you got to be left behind and eradicated. And us who are on that path of righteousness, we are going towards the path of milk and honey. We're going to have our prosperity and abundance. And it start with a mindset. It start with the mindset so the physical body can fix it and make it be. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when the mindset happens, that comes from a six, seven dimensional aspect. You know what I'm saying? Because that's from your spirit. That's telling you, hey, it's time to elevate. It's time to heal this shit. It's time to look at things from a different perspective and realize that you were meant to do these things. Because if you weren't meant to go through these things, then these things wouldn't have happened to you. So therefore, you were supposed to go through it. Now, what the fuck did you learn from it? Who are you going to maneuver in life to make sure that this doesn't happen again? The only thing you have control over to maneuver is your motherfucking self. It's the avatar body that you are possessed in. So you can't control nobody else. You can't sit up here and put it off on anybody else. If you're tired of being hurt and you're tired of going through heartache and pain, you can't sit up here and blame everybody for where your heartache and pain came from, because that's still taking the inflection off of yourself, and because you're choosing not to heal from that shit, and therefore it's everybody else's problem that you're not fucking healing and not your own fucking problem. You should look at it like, hey, I know that was fucked up. I know I love this person. I hate that it happened, but they were my Judas in my life. And so therefore they have to be cut the fuck off, and I elevate from them and don't deal with them no more. I can love them from afar. If I'm still going to have love for them, don't mean they got to be in my energy. You have a magnetic field around you that reaches out to the ends of your fingertips. That diagram that they show in psychology with the man standing in the middle and he got that magnetic field around him, his tips is out, and they showing all aspects and parallel planes from his body, from the head to the top and all that other stuff. Now remember, I'm a nurse and I love science, and so I'm into a lot of this esoteric type of stuff, science stuff. I'm into that. I'm real good with that. Anyway, so you know That is your energy field. That's as much control over your being that you have. However long your motherfucking arms is, all the way down to the fingertips of your fucking fingers. That's how much control you have in that space. Outside of that space, you have no control. So therefore, you have to continue to protect your energy field. If you let people get close to you that's in low vibration, they will make you low vibrational just like them. They're picking away, like they're doing at the firmament right now when they're sending all those fucking rockets up to Lompoc from the Lompoc space station and shit. They've been sitting up here shooting rockets damn near every fucking night. You know what I'm saying? Or every other night. And the residents out here are saying they ain't been shooting these many rockets, so they're already getting suspicious, like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? And so it's crazy because they run to the den when they hear a rocket, they go running and shit. I didn't even know that I was near NASA and shit. But anywho, I'm getting off topic. So, when you have to protect your energy field, period. And when you let people get close to you that are dark, they chip away at your magnetic field that you have around you. That's protection. That's what gives you your intuition. Like when people say I had a gut feeling or something told me or whatever the case may be, those demonic entities that you allowed because you gave permission to, subconsciously or consciously, to come into your light, and they was chipping away and draining their energy, vampiring your ass. They bringing chaos and construction and destruction and confusion all into your fucking life to make you all imbalanced, and now you're being lowered in your fucking light, and now you're in until eventually you end up being like them. And once they suck you dry and suck the life out of you and you end up NPC is like them, then they move on to the next victim. Those are the ones that are meant to do that. Okay. And so that's what a lot of these, I have a feeling, and I'm sorry to say this because I know that there's going to be men who's going to always try to take up for the male species and this and that, and that's fine. I wouldn't let you have it any other way because you identify as a male. You are in a male body. You have male body parts. So of course it would naturally make sense for you to want to stick up for your male species. Same should be for females. You know what I'm saying? But this is how you step into your opposite energy, which if you are born a male species, you have masculine energy right off the top. Okay. But you also have feminine energy. So it's okay to tap into that feminine energy and see it from an aspect of, okay, yeah, I'm a male and males do this and I don't like that they do this. Hell, I've done it and I didn't like when I did it. And it is in our DNA to do it because all men that I know have done this shit. But now I see it from the women's perspective. And I know that I hurt somebody. And I know I wasn't right when I did that. And I should have took that person's feelings in consideration. And I understand why they now treat me like shit and they don't want to talk to me no more because I shouldn't have did that, because if it was me that had it done to me, I would be the same way that that person is. See, that's how you tap into each other's fucking energy. And these men would sit up here and co-sign for other men who do fuck men shit. And y'all would sit up here and get mad when it's spoken about. And then you sit up here and want to defend it. And now it becomes a he-she fucking war. It becomes a male versus female war. And speaking of that, you're sitting up here trying to take our essence to where we are always in our fight or flight mode, which is always in masculine energy mode. And it's time for that to motherfucking end. It's time for the feminines to say, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, nobody will be alive if it wasn't for us. And so therefore, we're not going to sit up here and let these men come in and gaslight our minds and think they gonna digmatize us with their low vibrational demonic seeds and put into our bodies, and we sit up here and absorb that shit and become them and do what they do and think how they think and be how they are and all this shit. No, we're gonna motherfucking say, first of all, if you're not going to be on no healing journey and you're not going to do the spiritual hygienic cleanse that you need to have to rid yourself of all the inconsistencies, all the lacks, all the low shit that was planted inside of you, to turn around and fix it so that you can have harvest for your motherfucker self. Therefore, if we get together, I know that there will be a harvest with me as well, and we build together and have shit together and grow together, then that's the only way you're gonna motherfucking be having any energies with me. But no, these motherfuckers feel entitled now that they taking people. you know what I'm saying, and selling them and, doing all this weird shit because there's so many hurt people syndrome out here. And yes, our parents who we thought should have loved us, who brought us on the earth, we feel like they should be our biggest supporters, our protectors, our providers. But unfortunately, because of the karma that has to be paid on each person's bloodline because of the generational curses before them that was placed on their motherfucking lives, they unfortunately were not the ones to help you in this lifetime. So are you going to be like them and do what everybody has always done in your bloodline and do the same shit and be a child molester and a child breeder and an incester and a greedy motherfucker and jealous are you going to be that? Or are you going to be like, I'm not doing it. I'm breaking generational curses. I'm not going to grow up to be that way. I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to speak that over my life. Therefore, I'm not going to deal with nobody like that. I'm not going to have no children like, you have the capability of being a manifester and being the magician in your life and make shit happen for you if you know how to set your shit up to be able to do so. And when you set your shit up first of all, you have to heal things if that's what you want. If you want a good harvest, you have to heal the mind, heart, and the soul. You have to heal the mind, body, and the soul. Yeah, you have to do all the good things that's going to bring that fruit in so that you can attract what it is that you're looking for. You can't sit up here and want these things and still be a woundy ass motherfucker and thinking you're going to live off other people's backs and then wonder why you ain't got shit of your own because you draining other people. And then once they all fucked up and can't help you no more, then you move on to the next motherfucker to drain. We're not doing that no more, y'all. That's not happening. So those who are like that, you have to realize, recognize, and analyze who you are and what your mission is, and how much of the work you're going to put in. Because everybody knows that faith without works is dead. So if you don't even believe in the fuck that you and the shit that you're supposed to be doing in life, how are you going to have fruition in anything that's going to be good and abundant for you? You don't even believe in yourself. You don't even love yourself to believe in yourself. So we're now loving ourselves. That's what the hell is going on. Loving yourself means setting up boundaries and taking care of you first, because without you, it wouldn't be no help for nobody else, because you can't even barely help yourself. So if you help you, and that means your spiritual health first, your physical health second, and then your mental health, that goes hand in hand with the damn physical health, because your mind is a material thing. So therefore, your physical body had to be a material thing. So you kind of work those things together, then that helps your finances, you know what I'm saying? Because once you start getting that good glow in, now you can make things grow because you have that Midas touch, and now good things are happening for you. That's what being a high vibrational person is all about, and I love it. And God got me here. The divine feminine energy got me here. Okay, I even have a tattoo on my stomach of the moon energy, the goddess moon energy, because I do work with the moon. All feminine energy work with moons. Okay, when the moon is at its fullest, which is we're still in that transition of the full moon, even though it's going now into the waning moon. But the full moon energy is usually when people start their cycles, when feminines start their cycles, which means that they are at their heightened sense of intuition. They are so powerful when that womb is shedding the fertilization that was in it. It's letting go and releasing and letting it pour out the body. You see what I'm saying? Pour onto the ground, whatever the case may be. Free bleeding, whatever. Okay? And when that moon is full, I mean, if you're in sync with the moon, you will have a period every full moon. Some people are so in sync with the moon where they have a period on the full moon and the new moon. And the new moon is AKA the black moon, which we're going to have a black moon at the end of this month, because we already had a new moon the beginning of November. And then we're in the full moon phase. And then at the end of the moon, there's going to be at the end of the month, we're going to have a second new moon, which they usually call that a black moon. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's still black in the sky, I mean, the moon energy is there, but the moon is not showing. That's what the new moon is. That's when you want to plant your seeds and do things anew, because it's always going to be the beginning of the month that these things happen. Anyway, so God has shown me a lot. I've learned so much being on my journey, and I love it. But I do know that right now it's time for the feminine energy to step up and kind of take the reins. I was at work talking about some things with some of my coworkers, and one lady said that she overheard a conversation where, some a lady was talking about how they were in a hair salon, and or some type of salon, barbershop, something. that had to do with that. And there was a lot of women in there, and a man came in there, or he was already in there, and he was watching them, cackle and do girl stuff, gossip and, do all the things that women do. And, he said to them, um, yeah, all you women in here now, yeah, have your fun now, because starting January 4th, that's when it's gonna all end for you guys. That's what she said she overheard somebody telling. And so that's like, okay, what the fuck are you trying to say? You see what I'm saying? Oh, it's gonna be an attack on women now. It's already being that, right? At the same time, the lady that I wanted to tell you about, the story I was listening to, um, let me see. This lady named Isis. Her name is Isis, and she recorded a video, a 14-minute video saying, I married a monster. And so please go check her video out on YouTube, y'all. And that gave me the idea to go ahead and talk about this divine feminine energy that is needed and desired and very much well coming through. And so all the I would suggest all the female born genders to start stepping into the healing phase, turning your life over to the divine, trusting in the divine, strengthening your relationship with divine. And when I say this is a spiritual warfare, so you have to go into spirit to defeat the warfare. Okay? And I mean, I'm not here to bash anybody's spiritual beliefs. If you feel that you can do this through Christianity and Christian beliefs, then do it. I don't give a damn. Okay? But as long as you are on a healing journey and you are increasing the light energy on this planet by healing yourself, loving yourself unconditionally, releasing people who are energy vampires. It could be your own fucking kids. Who gives a shit? I let go of my kids. And as you can see, there's a young lady who was known earlier this year about giving her kids the defects. Now, everybody's intentions are going to be different. Who's to say what that young lady's intentions was when she gave her kids up to the foster system so she can live her life? You know what I'm saying? Um, if she is improving herself, if she's improving, bettering her life and bettering her circumstance for the betterment of getting those kids back or whatever the case may be, then, you know, and that, if that's the avenue she had to take to do it, then by all means, that's between her and God. Maybe God led her to do that. You just never know what people's issues are. That's why you can't sit up here and always be worried on the outside of you. Worry about your own motherfucking issues. Worry about why you do the things you do or don't do, or why you have what's going on in your life going on or not going on. If we would depend on our own source of energy and focus, then a lot of us will be in better places. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, romantically, and sexually. Just because you are in the world don't mean that you have to be of the world. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean you have to always have everybody in your space and in your face. Don't mean that you have to accept everybody. Know how to cleanse yourself. Know how to say enough is enough. That's where boundaries come in at. That was something that I had to work on. I didn't have boundaries. I let people do whatever, say whatever, be whatever, however. All I knew was that I had good intentions not to harm anybody, not to do anything wrong, make anybody feel bad, but it sure didn't stop people from doing that to me. And I'm thinking that they would have a heart like mine and not treat me and actually treat me how I'm treating them. But no, they take that as a weakness. They think because you're kind, you are a weakling, that they can maneuver all over you and do all these weird things to you. And then when you let the motherfucking beast out because you now no longer is standing up for their shit because you're not a people pleasing ass motherfucker no more. Now you're this and that and everything negative. Now you're the villain in their life, and now they're gonna go and tell all this horrible shit about you and make up all these fucking lies and say that you're this, that, and a third. You see what I'm saying? gaining enemies on your life, and people don't even know you, and people are so stupid and so followerish that they don't even say, but they don't even speak up for, I mean, even if they don't know that person, you know, you should be able to have your own mind to where your opinion of a person, and if you are in tune, first of all, and not loaded down with low vibrational entities and shit, your vibrations will let you know what another vibration is. Because sometimes you can feel a person's vibration and don't even have to be in the same room with their ass. You could look at a picture and see a person's vibration, their halo, the darkness over them, all that shit. You should be able to assertively and intuitively be able to pick up. That's why it's called discernment. You should be able to pick up on people's energy to know who they are and what they are and what they're capable of. It's when we sit up here and doubt our own energies because we want to people please and be up in motherfuckers' faces and want people to like us and need their validation and all this shit, is when we get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Today, I am so sensitive to energies that I don't allow nobody in my space, and what, that's what I was saying last time. People like to touch me, you know what I'm saying, without my permission. Like, and I'm like, I know that sometimes that is that's a love language, or that's a terms of endearment language. But, I don't know if they feel the tenseness in my body when they touch me without my permission or what. But I really don't like when people touch me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of stuff like that. So it's just really, I am calling in my soul tribe. And if you're a part of my soul tribe, of course, I don't have a problem with my soul tribe people touching me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a reciprocal energy. You are high vibrational, I'm high vibrational. So we give and take to each other. But if you a low vibrational motherfucker and I don't really fuck with you like that and I don't talk to you and your attentions are not good for me, I don't want you touching me because I already see who you are. Leave me the fuck alone. You know, so anyway, it is time for the divine feminine energy to step into fruition, heal, so that these lower energies could either have the choice of healing or disintegrating. And these are going to be people who you love. These are people who you're going to have a familiar life with, that you will possibly miss them if they were to disappear. But if they are toxic for you, I don't give a damn if it's a parent. I don't care if it's a child. I don't care if it's a lover. I don't care if it's a next door neighbor, a co-worker. I don't care if it's a sibling. If they always keep you in low vibrations, or they do things purposely to bring down your vibrations to match their miserable vibration, you got to cut the motherfucking plague off. You got to cut the necrotic tissue off. You have to cut them off. Now, how long you cut them off, that's the next decision. Okay? Maybe you cut them off for 24 hours. Okay, that's small temporary time. You know, that ain't really taught them nothing though, did it? They might be mad, and then they might come to you with the drama of them being mad that you cut them off for 24 hours. Then they do some more dumb shit, or say some more fuck shit, to where now you feel like you got to cut them off for a week. Now they mad because you cut them off for a week. Now they want, when they finally do talk to you, they want to express how you pissed them off. Or they might feel a little remorseful and be like, oh, I see why you did that, or I shouldn't have said that to you, blah, blah, blah. But then they try to make amends for a little bit and then turn around and fuck you up some more. Because you're trusting of this person because you love them, or you have feelings for them, or they're familiar to you, or you really want to see them do better in life. They still want to keep you miserable like them because they ain't learned shit. It wasn't long enough. Your absence wasn't long enough for them to go within and realize what the fuck they need to do to keep you in their lives. And there's a possibility that you may never be, ever. But don't let them make the decision by offing your ass because they want to have all this obsession and possession over you. You do that before that gets to that point. Because after a while, these motherfuckers get obsessive and possessive. Because they're going to be realizing, oh, you'll walk away from me. Now I got abandonment issues. Now for you to never walk away from me, if you try to again, I'm going to kill your ass. And then it don't matter if you walk away from me because you won't be here to walk away. So you don't want it to get to that point, which is what ends up happening once you keep letting these people into your life who keeps making your life miserable. So now you have to make the decision on if you're going to keep that person away from you for a week, you're going to keep them away from you for a month, or you're going to keep them away from you for a year, or you're going to keep them away from you forever. These are the decisions you'll have to make. And in the process of making that decision, you work on you. You don't go to the same energy that you're motherfucking trying to get away from. If you see the energy in a person that you don't like and you remove yourself for them, that energy still lingers because it's already in your motherfucking magnetic field. It's already in your aura. So you're going to attract that shit again from somebody else, from somewhere else, doing the same shit. So now you have to make the decision. It ain't just this person that I need to get away from. I need to get away from the whole energy of the motherfucker that I'm getting away from. So if this person was a liar and a manipulator, a motherfucking oppressor, a depressor, a motherfucking scam artist, a damn woe is me, or a motherfucking you know, always hating on somebody. If that is a person that you're like, oh my God, you do this all the time, I don't like it, I'm getting away from you. It don't stop with just getting away from that person. It means you got to clear that whole energy from motherfuckers that's like that. That means you got to start speaking over your life. I don't want people like that around me. I want people who speak life over me, life over other people. I want people who see the brighter side of life and know that even though this is something that happened, it's not the end of all things. You just have to find another way to make it be, to get to the, I want motivators around me. You got to start speaking things over your life so that you can bring that type of energy into your life. You can't sit up here and say, oh, well, my mama always put me down and she always talked about me and was jealous of me and compared me to my other siblings and made me feel bad about my life. So I'm just going to stop talking to her for a day or a week. Of course, your mama going to miss you. That's your mama. She's going to be like, oh, I ain't been able to talk about her or him for a while. Damn, let me call and see what's going on. See what happened. And then you let them back in so they can talk about you, make you feel bad some more and all this other shit. So then you cut them off for a year. By a year's time, that will start sinking into your mama, making her feel like, damn, I ain't talked to my child. I ain't talked to my grandkids. Dang, I really need to fix this. I need to apologize. I knew I was wrong, blah, blah, blah. Or I at least need to hear that person out, blah, blah, blah. And then if you let them come in a year's time, if you feel like that's enough time to let your mama come back in and talk to you, and she still, because that really ain't, depending on how deep the issues are, that really ain't a long enough time. 365 days really ain't, you got to look at 365 days, however many times, years that you were suffering with this woman. And that means that's how long it needs to take for you to heal from the shit. Okay. But if you're going to let them back in a year's time, and they only doing it enough because they miss you, because they want around to talk about you and make you feel bad about life, then they'll, make some amends and make things feel a little better so you can start coming around and feeling comfortable again. But then that same energy will be, they really don't like you. They're going to talk about you, make fun of you, put you down all in front of everybody, try to degrade you in some kind of way. Then you got to make the decision. Is that going to be the end? You might have to say that. I will never talk to you again. I will never come around you again. And mean that and stand on business. That's how you set up boundaries. I will never have a conversation with you. I will never look at you. I will never come to your house. Don't call me. I'm changing my number. Hell, I'm gonna move out the whole motherfucking state, bitch. Maybe I'll move out the whole fucking country, ho. So you'll never know where the fuck I'm at. You'll have to hear from another motherfucker, and from another motherfucker to know what's going on with me. See, that's where I'm at today. That's me. See, before I wanted to keep the doors open and, because they familiar with you. But if they're not reciprocating, fuck how familiar feels. Because familiar don't feel good. So therefore, I don't want to reciprocate with a don't feel good type of situation with a motherfucker. So I want to go where I'm appreciated and felt good with. So I've cut off damn near everybody in my life. That's me standing in my divine feminine energy, because a lot of the people I was around, they were Judases. They was wanting to backstab me. They gossiped about me. They project onto me. They lied on me. They said all these horrible things about me to put me down and keep me stuck in a box. No, bitch, I'm an air element. I will never be contained in one shape. I flow, babes. I flow. My shape will go in any type of containment, and it still will still make me on top, because I adjust to any situation. But best believe I'm still going to go in the direction where it flows to prosperity, abundance, and happiness and fulfillment. And I realized I had to do that for myself. There was nobody on this earth that was going to do it, because everybody here is fucking wounded and hurt. and don't want to heal. And I'm not a part of that team. I'm not a part of the unwoundies. The woundies, not the unwoundies. I'm not a part of the woundy teens. I'm not a part of the hurt people syndrome and type motherfuckers. I'm not with that. So even if I'm on this journey by myself alone, I will go to ascension alone. That's why they say the path that should be traveled, there's not very many people on it. And that's the narrow one. But there's so many on the wide one, leading themselves straight to hell to repeat shit over and over and over. Cyclic motherfucking lessons, karmic lessons, time and time again, generational curses and all. That's good if that's how people want to live their life. Who am I to tell you not to live your life in a generational curse? If that's what the hell you want to do it. It's none of my damn business. All I'm saying, I'm not doing it. So I step into my divine feminine energy and I help raise the vibrations. Now, look, I do curse and I know I need to not curse. Maybe that is probably some people who are very judgmental will probably frown upon a female that's saying, oh, she's in her divine feminine energy, but she's cussing like a sailor, da 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 da. Okay, first of all, I'm going to be authentic first and foremost. So my authentic self is letting you see authenticity. And at the moment, I wanted to cuss and I use some curse words. And the only time I use that is when I'm being expressive about what I'm talking about, that when I'm showing that passion, that fire behind what I'm saying, that you guys who didn't go through it or who didn't experience it or who don't know from the avenue of where I'm speaking from, y'all don't see it. So sometimes I use descriptive words like fuck, shit, motherfucker, hell, damn. I might use those words to express what it is that I'm passionately talking about. And that's how I do things. Either way, take me as I am or don't take me at all because I take everything about me. Point blank, period. So, but the whole thing is I am wanting to learn to not use cuss words because the tongue is very powerful. You know, my intentions are my intentions, but this tongue still can bless or curse. You know what I mean? Um, and my intentions is not to harm anyone or cause any problems to anybody, make anybody feel anything less than. But if what I'm saying to you hits you in any kind of way, then you are convicted, babe. And that is something that you might have needed to hear. You might have needed to get that message. You might have needed to do. That's that whole, little what they did on I forgot that movie when it was like message. That's like one of those little dings. Like you need to time into that. If it convicted you and made you feel a certain kind of way to where you gotta, speak up about it or speak your side on it or, defend it or you're offensive about it or whatever, that's the message that you need to probably tune into. Why did that bother me? Was it true? Did I do that? Did I allow that? Do I think these ways? Did I have this happen to me? Did I do this to someone? You know, that's where the whole healing comes in. Because if you can do that, that means you can look at yourself and look at your flaws and go through the dark night of the soul to look at what you did. You know, the man in the mirror part? Look at what you did to allow, to contribute, to make, to let happen, or whatever the fuck. We all have a play in this. We all are here to help each other, but at the same time, we are all here to, first of all, learn the lesson of love. And through loving ourselves, we will learn to love and accept love from those who also have love within themselves. Hate begets hate. Love begets love. So the only way to fix all of this shit that's going on in the world is that people start loving themselves, start bringing justice and judgment on letting it be known that what people are doing in the dark is going to be fucking exposed. And when it's exposed, you have to reap the consequences of your motherfucking darkness. You can't go around causing more karma. You got trillions and gazillions of motherfucking karmic points that you have to pay off negatively. And that means that's going to be passed down to your fucking kids and kids of kids. Leaving them with that, and somebody in that generation is going to have to be strong enough and brave enough, step into their Leo energy and say, I'm going to break this generational curse. This will no longer be my life. This will no longer be my bloodline. This is where the feminine energy is coming in. We're cleaning up, nurturing, healing, and the ones who don't want to go through the healing by doing it themselves, y'all gotta go. Period. So that's why judgment is on America, because America has been doing the most heinous of all crimes. You know, the X trafficking, you know, the child abuse, the raping, the you know, you know what the hell going on. That's coming to fruition for a reason. That's coming out to the forefront because the divine is saying enough is enough, and you finna go down, baby. And there's no pleading and grabbing on you. And that's what's crazy. They're gonna the ones that's finna have judgment on them. They're screaming and scrambling for everybody to try to save them from this ass whooping, this unforeseen being ass whooping, this invisible ass whooping, this big ass hand coming from the divine skies coming in and squeezing the motherfucker and smothering them up, and all the consequences of actions that's coming down on people right now. Karma. She's the bitch. And she's whooping ass and taking names, and I'm all for it because we need this cleansing. There's too many parasites on this planet, and they think they're taking over, so now they got to be exterminated. So the divine feminine energy has to come in. The women have to heal themselves, love themselves, right their wrongs, and give to the divine. And the lies that they've told you about spirituality is one thing that you might want to ask for truth on. You know what I'm saying? All I asked God to do was give me truth. And I will talk about it as time go on, but the truth that was shown to me, it was only meant for me, honey. And I'm glad for it. And I'm not going to gatekeep it. I'll definitely tell you what's been going on. But I don't need nobody trying to tell me nothing about my spiritual life, trying to say nothing about anything. I'm telling you my experience, what is and what it just is. What it was, what it is, and what it's going to be. Because I speak life over me. And so therefore, if I speak life over me, I'm going to speak life over other people. But that's only if they want that. Some people don't. Some people really like to be depressed and low down and dirty. And that's why they got to go. But this, truth be told, from LadyVee's perspective/prospective, is for those who are on a journey of love, light, and truth. This is where you want to come and gather up at. Okay. Um, so therefore, I have spoken a lot. It's now 1:11 that I've been recording. You know, I've been seeing them ones, boy, I tell you. 101, 1101, 1111, 111, 1010, 1011. That's all I see. So I know that new beginnings are for me, honey. And we're going to bring dynamic mind into fruition because right now it's probably very well needed, especially after hearing Ali Carter's videos and that girl Audra English, who's been talking and exposing about the things that's been going on with Diddy and all that stuff. These girls are going to need some type of help. They had satanic rituals done on them, implanted with archon entities. How these people use their bodies, they're going to have a lot of soul cleansing. And that's what Dynamic Moms is going to come in at. And I'm ready to really put her out there. She's been a nonprofit organization since 2019, before the pandemic happened. God put it on my heart to do something to help humanity. I've always felt that way, even as a youngin', when I wanted to help humanity, because I saw as an empath the hurt that's going on in this world, and I had to be hurt and I had to be emotionally scarred to know what people are feeling and how people are going through their dark nights of the souls and stuff, and how some of them are stuck in the dark and don't know how to go towards the light. And so I asked God to help me with helping humanity some kind of way. And so when I started going on my spiritual journey, and I did my first no, actually it was my second nurse assignment. You know what I'm saying? My travel assignment. Like traveling was what opened up the doors to everything on my spiritual journey. I had the best spiritual journey, man. I'm gonna tell y'all one day from the beginning to the end. But the beginning of my fucking journey, man, was awesome. And traveling, it had to have everything to do with traveling. I've been out in the mountains. I've been everywhere. I've been over in the jungle, Amazon rivers and shit. I've been over in man. I've been over in the Caribbean seas. Like I've been having a good ass time with my journey. Okay. And I'm not saying everybody's journey got to be like that, but once you accept the path that was given to you and accept the mission that you are here for, God blesses you in material gain. Period. Your self destruction and your lowness has to be rebuilt. So you come to grips with your shit and you see what you've done and what you could have contributed to make misery happen in your life and continue to attract this shit. And then God shows you, okay, this is what was happening, but you can change it now. And I'm gonna show you how to change it. Then next thing you know, you're being shown how to change the energy. You become an alchemist at that point. You change the energy, and now God is blessing you because you're listening to God. You've given your faith over to the divine. And so now you have all the angelic protection that you'll ever need. You'll have all the spirits of all benevolent beings coming and helping you and giving you downloads and whispering to you. That's when your psychic abilities come in and your spiritual gifts come in. You either have clairaudience, clairvoyance. I have clairaudience, clairsentient, and clairaudience, clairaudience, clairsentient, and claircognizant is my spiritual gifts. Okay. And it's just awesome. Okay. It was wonderful. So anyway, um, so I asked God to help me to do something to help humanity. And he basically, or the energy, because I don't associate God with he or she, but the energy, the loving energy, the divine energy gave me the idea to help young mothers. I was a young mother. I had my first child at 16. Actually, I was 15 going on 16. And by 18, I had 3 children, different baby daddies. Um, didn't have no help from them, you know, and all of it was due to my unhealed version. Me being loaded down with incubus, succubus, Jezebel, whole spirits that kept me in that vibration of attracting these, low energies that didn't want to do nothing but have me you know, as a concubine energy. You know what I'm saying? I want you, but I don't want nobody else to have you, but I want to have everybody else, but you don't have nobody but me type shit. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm all you're going to have. I'm all you can get because nobody else is going to want you but me and going to be there for you to, all that gaslighting fake shit and me wanting to believe so bad because I didn't have the love for myself to know that the motherfucker was lying to my face, even though I felt that he was lying, but I tried to take his benefit as a doubt and all this other shit, you know? So I had 3 kids by 3 different men at 18, went through a deep depression, was sad and just, motherfucker almost tried to pimp me out and did all kind of shit. That's why they want to keep you in low vibration. So you could be dogged the fuck out and have all these loaded ass fucking demons in your body and shit. Then I end up having another child um by somebody. And he was a good man. He was cool. He was probably the only real stand-up guy out of all the men that I've been through, and I was with him for 4 years. But he was not strong enough for me. He was not, in my unhealed version. I had, people, I had a lot of demons around me, so therefore him being the way he was, all mild natured. Now he wasn't scary, but he was not, you know, a person that people felt like was an alpha male. So there was times when I had to stand up for my man and, because they want to try to punk him and all this shit. And so I didn't, so that relationship didn't last. And then my last child was by, you know, she was my daughter and she's the one that came into my life and through immaculate conception. And I'll have to tell you that story another time. But she's the one that opened my world up to the spiritual life and let me know what it was. So another feminine energy had to come into my life to show me what it was, to show me everything that I know now. So the feminine energy is very well needed right now. And my daughter came in to heal me. She even said it from her mouth. She's the one that showed me that everything that I was taught in Christianity was a lie, because she was a reincarnated soul. And she told me things like, I'll never forget. And when they're in their first 5 years of life, these children be remembering, because a lot of these new kids, they come already having knowledge because they're ancestors that came to help heal the earth and uprise the earth and be light workers and, indigo children, star seeds, and all this other stuff. They are in the evolution too. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're, you know, and so she came into my life to evolutionize me to my highest self, which is where I am. And when she was born, that's when all that and them full big ass red blue moons, them huge ass moons was going on. And she called out to the moon one time. She used to howl at the moon and shit. When she was like 3 or 4, she would, always see the moon and be like, Mom, she would get excited about the moon when it was all full. Mama, look at the bed. I love the moon, I love the moon, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was good times, good times, good times. So her dad, he ended up being the beginner of the betrayers that caused me to change my life forever. The ultimate betrayal that he gave me. Oh my God. I said enough was enough. That's the time when I had the conversation with God. Look, you're going to change this shit, and you're going to change it right now. Because I'm not going to keep going through this. I'm not going to keep having this experience over and over, being hurt and Judas all the motherfucking time. And I'm being told that I'm supposed to give love and care and have empathy and sympathy for these motherfuckers. And all they want to do is hurt me all the time and betray me and do me wrong. I'm not doing this no more. And you tell me I can't take myself out of here because I'm going to have to come back and do this shit again. No, we're going to do it we're going to do it what's supposed to be done right now, this consciousness while I'm here and knowing what the hell's going on. And we're going to end this forever, because I'm not going to keep coming back, repeating those cycles, doing nothing for nobody when it has something to do with heartache and pain. I had that conversation with God, screaming and all, face motherfucking teared up from head to toe. I don't give a damn. I was going off like that. And ever since I had that conversation with God, oh my God, oh my goddess, oh my divineness, all that. That's when my life changed, baby. Changed. Do you hear me? I came with my little mustard seed. I said, here, take this seed. And we're going to plant it together. All I'm going to do is put my faith in you. And I gave my seed over. And once I gave that seed, the path of spirituality began to form. And I learned everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. In love, light, and truth, no harm to come to none. And that's when I stepped into my power and took my power back from those who were they were siphoning my shit. Every time they go into your sacral energy, they siphon your energy, especially when they're low vibrational and they are loaded down with the 7 deadly sins. They come into your body, they plant these demonic seeds of tadpoles into your body, and then that eats off of you and eats your soul up and suck you all up and put all this. Oh my God. I'm so glad. And I do yoni steams now. I cleanse all that nasty, disgusting shit out of my body. The earth heals. That's why you use herbs. Just like you drink motherfucking tea. You got tea for your coochie. You got tea for your dingaling. Okay? You got tea for that. That's going to eradicate all that nasty ass etheric energy from your auric field. That's how that goes. You might want to start there in your healing process. Do your spiritual baths. And it's crazy when I hear people say, oh, that's from the devil. Meditation is from the devil. And I'm like, you guys, oh my God, you are NPCs. This is what you think for real? And then the ones that claim, oh, this is why I stopped doing spirituality and this, that, and went back to Christianity. And okay, nobody's telling you not to do that. But don't come on there and talk about how it sounds evil. No, motherfucker, you were evil. You were doing evil things. You had so much evil around you. You probably had a lot of generational things that was in your bloodline that you were not able to clear from. So therefore, your work did not work. You probably are one of those ones that are bound to the shit that your family put you in as a generational curse. Break that shit. That's what I did. And I will always give my praise over to the spirit team that works with me all day, every day. So anyways, raise the vibrations, ladies. It all starts with the woman, because we bring life. Our portal is the only way people can get here. Heal yourself from the inside out. Take this journey. You're going to love it. Your journey may not be like mine. Best believe it. But best believe is specifically meant for you. And however it comes to your healing, take all that in, because your soul is going to always remember it. Even if our bodies are not here, our souls remember. And are you going to be an ascended master, or are you going to keep coming back here learning the same life lessons? That's when you need to make your decision, and make it quick now, because 2025 is approaching. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. It is, what time is it here? It is 11:01. Like I said, it's always the 11s popping up, y'all. I love it. That's my synchronicities. God has been showing me what it is. So if y'all like this message, you like what we talked about, you want to elaborate on it, you want to add something to it, you want to exchange conversation, I am willing to invite people onto my podcast, Truth Be Told, from Ladies' Perspective/Perspective, and we could talk about things. I would love to do that, but I'm a rookie in this game right now. So I'm not going to edit anything. I'm just going to let it flow. If you like it, just let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you can see this be beneficial, not just for me, but for you as well, and anybody else who wants to tune in and listen. Until then, I pray for love, joy, peace, love, and happiness, prosperity, and abundance. I speak life into you. Please go heal spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, romantically, and sexually. And I am here if you need that support. Remember, Dynamic Moms is out there. She's in fruition. Um, she did not get off the ground yet, but it's coming. So if you want to contribute to that, I am seeking donations. I am seeking any type of charity events. I am seeking any type of, support as we bring this into fruition. I do need money to get it off the ground and to promote it. That's one of the reasons why I've been traveling, because I've been making really good money since traveling, and I've been able to pay off past financial debts. And so I am working on me, but I'm a one woman band, and it would be nice for my soul family who believe in the cause, who believes in elevating and helping the next generations of life come in and be in a better situation than we have ever been in our generation, and therefore changing the dynamic of how humanity is right now. If you want to be a part of the cause, please reach out to me here. As time go on, I will start posting more information about it, and any type of information you want to get from me, I will give y'all that information. But yes, I just want to get this off the ground, so just let me know if you like this, and I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Till then, I'll speak to you soon. Peace.